Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Oh my goodness. Who's in here? I said hi to most of you already. How'd you like the slow jam this morning? I'm in a slow mood. We are, in the gap between Christmas and New Year's to where, like, I don't even know what day it is. I did check my calendar though, and it is Friday. If I'm reading correctly, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Sucks when a holiday falls on a weekend. Okay, because most of us, we're closed for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So some of us lost a day off, if you know what I mean. We observed Christmas on Monday. New Year's will be observed this Monday. So some people didn't get their extra day off for Christmas Eve. Anyway, just something I thought I'd point out. J-Dub made it in. Just me's in here. Hello, insanely confused. I see DT. Nana Banana, hello. I saw Teresa brought the coffee. Birdie was bragging on her weather. She said she was going to go out and take a walk today. That's definitely a good thing. I haven't checked on the weather in Buffalo. You guys know I've been heavily following that storm, that end of times looking storm. God. Jinbug, you have to work Monday? I'm sorry for you. Sorry for you. Yeah, it does. It sucks when a holiday falls on a weekend. I think we should get a do-over. So what's everyone doing for New Year's Eve? Any partiers out there? Personally, I try to stay away from all the amateur drunks. I'm a pro, so I don't like to hang with the ones that can't run with the big dogs, if you know what I mean. So I am probably, I don't know, we talked about going out to dinner, maybe going to the casino for a little bit, but I don't know. So what are you guys doing? Now, I am putting together a New Year's show, out with 2022. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or Sunday or Monday morning. I don't know yet. But we'll be back to regular life on Tuesday for sure. Nana Banana has got the plans. Sweatpants on the couch with Netflix. That's what I'm talking about. Jay Woody's an old married man now, guys. He's off the market. He got married in October. Just a nice dinner for this old man. Me and Radio Gaga are going to be hanging together. She said dinner at 4, then bed. That's what I'm talking about. Tiramisu said peyote. All right. I wasn't expecting that. Beck B has a date on her couch. Shannon's in her jammies. So it looks like I can successfully do the Out with the Old show on Saturday, and we're all going to be not busy. Wouldn't be a bad plan. All right, cool. Well, I did a poll on the community tab the other day, asking you guys what headline is getting on your nerves the most in this case. I didn't check it this morning, but it seems like in the running was definitely, is this a cold case? I get so sick of that shit. I was going through some old clips because I needed one for this show today. As early as 3 weeks back, guys, they were already talking about a cold case. Yes. As early as 2 weeks in to this massacre, here I go. I'm stepping in it. Kaylee's family was talking about they were unhappy with how the investigation was going and that they had no information. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. If you look at the thumbnail, it says total chaos because it is. It is. Ethan's brother spoke out yesterday. There's a cleaning crew at the house today. The professor has her lawsuit. Something about Kaylee's LinkedIn account we're going to talk about. People are saying that Jack shit, they're saying that that whole thing that I put up the other day and others was photoshopped. I don't know. Because Inside Edition had the pictures up. We have some GoFundMe news. You're going to love that. And a little something else we're going to talk about. I have to be extra careful talking about. Most of you probably already know what I'm talking about. Cat, I got a new sticker. Thank you, Super Cat. Super Cat, Super Chat. Yes, you have the Dick Clark badge, Cat. You do. I did put new badges out. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be to Valentine's Day badges. Oh, my throat's dry to take a drink of my Diet Dr. Pepper. Dina, member for 8 months. You have the champagne glasses. Clinking. You do. Kat said the Dick who? You have the 1-year badge, Kat. That is Dick Clark. I aged myself by putting that up because every year everybody got to see Dick Clark in Times Square with the ball drop. So I have the link pinned. Don't be shy, but I'm going to get to some comments because I'm telling you, the list is long of stuff we gotta check off. Here we go. Okay, Ira said, what kind of serial killer would spare the dog? Major emotional attachment to the dog. Only a person who loved the dog more than the person would spare the dog. So she's basically saying she thinks the ex-boyfriend is involved because he spared the dog. Now, I picked this comment for another reason. Because a lot of people think that the other dog incident in Moscow a few months ago, where the dog was killed and skinned, is related to the massacre at this house. And I was thinking about it when I saw this comment, and I said, well, if they're connected, why would you spare the dog? What do you guys think? Thank you, Jenny Cuddles. Jenny says, I'm kind of sick of the breaking news when there isn't any. That's another one. They're definitely wearing out the breaking news. So if they're connected, why would you spare the dog? Or it could be what a lot of people are saying, that the dog was shut up in a cage. We already know this is a dog that doesn't bark, supposedly. So the dog wasn't just running around the house. But anyway, she is saying that it's probably the ex-boyfriend because he spared the dog. But I think it's an interesting comment because the dog was spared, and a dog down the street or in the town, not too far from this house, actually, some carnage happened with that dog for sure. Trinity said Steve didn't need a lawyer. He had one from the jump. It's called the district attorney, and he comes with full prosecutorial powers. He didn't need a PI. He had several working the case tirelessly. Now, this is for sure. I love this comment. Now, whatever Steve wants to do, Steve can do. Whatever Steve's free country, have at it, Steve. But Steve is spending a lot of money on this attorney, and I don't know what he's paying this PI, but neither can be cheap. And I love this comment. They were raising money to pay off the Range Rover. They raised money for this attorney. And like Trinity's saying, you didn't need a lawyer. You have an entire office of lawyers. You have the whole district attorney's office. And when the funds for this attorney that you have run out, and they will, when the media goes away and they move on to something else, and they will, Steve and company are going to be stuck with the district attorney, and law enforcement. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be there until the final gavel goes down. They're going to be there until the jury goes home. But these other people, like Brian Enton, Ashley Banfield, Lawrence with Fox News, I just love his suits. I'm not going to lie. He is a very nice dresser. The attorney with the Men's Warehouse suit that's wrinkled, it looks like it's a size too big for him, too. The attorney and the PI, they're all going to be gone. They're all going to be gone. He's going to be left with the DA, the prosecutors in that office, and the police. I'm just giving the facts, Lisa. I know you're mad, Lisa. Lisa said, you better stay off of Steve. God is listening. He's a grieving dad. And I'm giving him advice, Lisa. He's putting his eggs into a basket that has a bottom to it. That bottom's about to fall out. All these people are going to be gone. And he's going to have the police left and the DA. That's the truth. Sherry said, how do you turn over your GPS to a tip line? The more you listen to this, the more ridiculous it gets. This is true. Now, what she's talking about is the Uber driver, yet the police said there was not an Uber driver. The police said it was a private party that took Kaylee and Madison home. But in that clip we listened to, and I'm so glad she caught this because I didn't catch it, when the reporter that was talking about how the frats were bumping, he said the frats were bumping that night. He said, oh, this guy turned over his Taco Bell receipt. Who the hell keeps their Taco Bell receipt? Who the hell keeps their Taco Bell receipt? He kept his Taco Bell receipt. Turns out the Taco Bell wasn't open. Not going to get into that. And he turned his GPS over to the tip line. And I'm glad she caught that. How are you going to turn your GPS over to the tip line? Now, Olivia, Kaylee's sister, she said that she found out there was an Uber that got them home. Again, the police said, no Uber. No Uber. A private party took them home. But it was said they took an Uber to go out. He said he brought them home. I give up. I digress. I digress. A lot of people keep their Taco Bell receipts. I stand corrected. Oh, shit. Hang on. We have to be very careful when we yell at people. Poor Lisa with the blue heart thought we were yelling at her. No, there's another Lisa in here, and she thinks I'm hating on Steve, and I'm not. I'm giving sage advice to Steve. There's no point in going to war with the police and getting your own attorney when the only attorney that you need is the DA. And he's going to be your friend to the end, if you let him. If you let him. All right, so Jeannie sent this to me yesterday and a few other people, but I see Jeannie in chat, so I'm picking on her. This was put out yesterday. I don't know if this was commented on in Reddit or where. Nope, it says Reddit right there, but I also heard this was on Twitter. I have to cover all of my social media platforms. Ethan's brother commented yesterday. He said they don't and won't. I don't know what he's commenting to, so I don't know what the don't and won't means. He said the families want a conviction, not an arrest. That's good. That's very good. The police and FBI are not here to please curious minds. They are building a case to make sure whoever did this is convicted and the families get some sort of closure, if at all possible. He said, I don't think I ever will. He goes on to say, I so badly wish I could just come on here and blurt out everything I know that the public wants to hear, but because I respect my family and Ethan, I will hold on to it until the time is right. So what do you think this means? What do you think this means? Do you think that they're close to something and they're telling the families? Or you think he's just speaking in jest? We want a conviction, not an arrest. I respect the police. I respect my family. He's saying that he's holding on to something. He's not saying anything. A lot of people think that this is some sort of foreshadowing. That's what they think. Lauren said, "Where did the DA get his degree? Steve may not trust locally educated legislator professionals. He has zero choice. I don't care if the DA went to night school. He has zero choice. The DA was elected by the people in that town, and he is just going to have to hang on because he has no choice. He doesn't get to pick a new DA." Beckby says, "Yes, arrest coming soon. It seems like he might know something that could be meaningful." It really does. And I'm not just being overly hopeful. If anything, I've sort of been negative Nancy through this whole thing. Glenjamin said, "I think they have good info based on what he wrote." I do too. I do too. And I'm not going to be surprised if the families of Ethan, Xana, and Maddie aren't more privy to information than Kaylee's family, because some things have been said that I have a feeling weren't supposed to be said. When we're talking to Fox News, there was something said on News Nation that I have a feeling was not supposed to be repeated. I do have a feeling. And I have a feeling when the daily phone calls are made and the attorney gets his phone call, this is an active and ongoing investigation. If there's anything that we know, we'll let you know before the press conference. But this does sound kind of promising. Snazzy said, "Brian Inton said there's a press conference in Idaho at 1 p.m. Is that 1 p.m. Idaho time, Snazzy? And thank you very much for the super sticker. Or is that 1 p.m. my time? And in Moscow, are they Pacific time or Mountain time? I forgot because it's been a while since a press conference. And if this press conference is just to talk about the house cleaning, I'm going to lose my shit. This better be something good. So is it 1 o'clock Idaho time or is it 1 o'clock my time? You let me know. So it seems that most people think that this comment from Ethan's brother is some foreshadowing that something is about to go down. Something's about to go down. Well, for sure, what we know going down today is the cleaning crew. The cleaning crew is going to be at the house. I know a lot of people were of the opinion that they need to just bulldoze the house. No, they're not going to do that. I haven't seen a crime scene get destroyed since the Cleveland abduction. You remember that? The 3 girls that were abducted and held hostage in that house for like a decade? Amanda Berry, Gina De Jesus, and Michelle Knight. So the cleaning crew's there. Of course, people are losing their minds, saying, well, what about all the evidence? Look, they were in that house for a month. If they don't have the evidence by now, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell them. They were in there for quite some time. I thought the law enforcement was freaking moving in there. I thought they were moving in there. Hell, they were in there for over a month. It was crazy. And I know a lot of people say, well, that landlord can't rent those rooms out. He's just going to have to sell it. Nope. Nope. Believe it or not, he probably already has people in line to rent the rooms. He probably does. Mind you, because of double mortgages and all kinds of other things, it took quite a while, but they did sell the house that Shanann Watts and her daughters were murdered in. They sold it. There's a family living in that house. It was just a few months, when they cleaned up and re-rented the home that Gannon Staunch was killed in. That was absolutely crazy. And if you read any of those documents, it was a horrific murder. And that landlord had no problem renting that house back out. So, from my understanding, class is back in session on January 17th, 2023. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they already don't have people on the waiting list to rent rooms. Let's look at the clip real quick and see what they say. Hang on.
Starting tomorrow, the scene where the students were murdered will be changing. Moscow Police Chief James Fry says a biohazard cleaning crew will begin cleaning the crime scene.
Part of the reason we're doing that is because of the biohazards, as well as chemicals that were used during the investigation. So there will be activity over at that residence on King Road, and we just want people to know about that.
Moscow police have named no suspects in the case. Detectives continue looking for a white Hyundai Elantra, like the one on your screen, saying it was seen in the area around the time of the murders. Police say the driver or passengers may have information vital to the case. If you have any information about that car or any other tips, you can send an email to the address on your screen or call the investigations tip line at 208-883-7180.
There you go. And I can't believe that the chief has to go on the news to let everybody know, hey guys, we're going to be cleaning out the house tomorrow because of the chemicals we used. Blah, 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 blah. Because honestly, think about it. Had he not said we have a cleaning crew there, could you just imagine YouTube? Could you just imagine YouTube? I mean, the clickbait would be insane. Murderer returns to the scene of the crime with a steam cleaner. Murderer returns to the scene of the crime. Could this be the murderer? I'm on the murderer's Instagram right now. The murderer never had a steam cleaner in his hand before. So, of course, he had to give everybody a heads up that the show's over. The show's over. They have gotten all their evidence. They don't have any reason right now to go back, and they are cleaning the whole house. I kind of wish he hadn't said anything because I think the shit would have been funny. Like when the HVAC people were there because they had no heat. They were like, oh, I know. I can't believe that they had to call a professional to get blood out of the ductwork. No, they didn't have any heat. They needed heat. They're not going to call the local HVAC guy to help them collect blood. Moron. Gotta be kidding me. All right, so also going on, and I'm actually quite proud of the police for doing this, and I think it's damn hilarious. They put out an official statement, even went on the news to say they cleared the professor. They cleared the professor. Now, I woke up, I can't remember, sometime during the night, and Country Girl's Life sent this to me, and I had to get out of bed. I was laughing so hard. There's that one goofy ass YouTuber that had the audio, which was a lie. It says, hey, let's make shit up for views. Seems to be pretty common. And there's old girl who has got a hella lawsuit against her right now. She says, bitch, hold my beer. I got this. Don't you worry about it. Me and my tarot cards are all over this mess. Don't worry about it. So from what I'm understanding, she was sent a heads up that she needs to take her videos down. She needs to put the tarot cards away. Your tarot deck does not work. All right, I understand Amazon was having a really good deal on tarot cards for a while. She got a bad deck. Her deck didn't work. So the police have come out and they've said, we've cleared this woman. Actually, I don't think they wanted to get involved with this at all, because the chief said the other day on a clip that we watched, he said, that has to do with the university. We're not concerned about that. We're working on a homicide. Well, they've come out and said, which only helps her, has nothing to do with this. She has nothing to do with this. Before I play the clip, because I know everyone's on the edge of their seat about whether the professor is in trouble or not, she's not. I have had my psychic moments, and I did not have any tarot cards, guys. I don't know. I know I talked about it in Discord the other day. I might change the channel name. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. When Evelyn Boswell was murdered by her mother, and they were looking for Evelyn Boswell, I said, she's probably still on the property. Okay? Guess what? She was found on the property. Yes. And I did not have any tarot cards. Also, when Gannon Staunch was murdered by Letitia, and Letitia hightailed it to South Carolina, and they were still looking for Gannon, I said, crazy ass Letitia probably dumped him somewhere between here and South Carolina. Well, she did. Look at me go. 2 psychic moments, guys. I'm going to put that on my resume. 2. Actually, they were just good guesses. All right, so let's look at this real quick about the professor.
We're back now and bring you to Moscow, Idaho. Police there are still investigating new leads and sorting through thousands of tips, trying to find a suspect in the murder of 4 college students. This while also trying to clear up widespread speculation online about a particular professor, saying that they do not believe she is involved at all. Steve Patterson has more.
Tonight, Idaho police making a plea to the public to help solve the quadruple murders in Moscow, Idaho. In a press release stating their focus, quote, remains on the investigation, not an individual's activities displayed in the tip, and to keep sharing, writing, your information might be one of the puzzle pieces that helps solve these murders. Also, still pursuing that 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra. Authorities say they have looked into more than 22,000 cars since identifying the car as a potential lead, and that they think the occupant of the car may have, quote, critical information.
We just want to talk to that person or persons in that vehicle to see what they may know.
In the 6 weeks following, police have yet to publicly identify any suspects, but now they are trying to clear up speculation around one person, a University of Idaho professor, Rebecca Schofield, the police saying at this time in the investigation, they do not believe she's involved in the crime. Schofield was accused of the murders in videos by a self-described TikTok internet sleuth who uses tarot cards she says helps solve crimes.
Rebecca Schofield, the one who murdered the 4 Idaho college students, see my videos.
The videos were reposted and viewed by...
Listen to her goofy ass. She's not even saying, I think, or isn't this weird? She puts her hair back behind her shoulder and says, Rebecca Schofield, the one that murdered. I mean, she's just flat out accusing her. She is crazy. Listen to that. And yes, the woman has been cleared. She is not a suspect, never has been. This is brazen.
Oh, college students, see my videos.
The videos were reposted. A self-described TikTok internet sleuth who uses tarot cards she says helps solve crimes.
Rebecca Schofield, the one who murdered the 4 Idaho college students, see my videos.
The videos were reposted and viewed by millions. The professor filed a defamation lawsuit denying any wrongdoing after the user refused to take down the videos. In the lawsuit, Schofield alleges her reputation was injured and that she was...
Okay, what's blowing me away is that this is on NBC. This is the news. This is the big people. So somebody means business because they got this pushed to the big news. This is NBC. This is not a local station. This was on my news, and I'm in Oklahoma. So they mean business. So for her to come out and say that, and they said they had already sent her a warning saying, stop, take your shit down, get a refund on your tarot cards. They're not working. You can't do that. And so when people have their visions or their theories or their speculation or their opinion, if you throw up for entertainment purposes only, somebody may not find your shit too entertaining. That is for sure.
Quote, subject to online ridicule and threats from online commenters, and now fears that she or her family will be the target of physical violence. It's just another example of the police responding to the tremendous amount of misinformation surrounding this case. They even have a rumor control section of their website.
I think rumors always hurt us in an investigation, but it's our job to go back and utilize our resources and to continue to vet those and make sure that all that information is still cataloged so that we have it.
Their focus is now on the thousands of tips left to sort through, reporting more than 7,000 email tips, 4,000 phone tips, and 4,500 digital media submissions. The family of one of the slain students, Kaylee Gonzalez, still questioning what truly happened that night and if police are handling the investigation correctly. Their attorney telling NBC News in a text, trust is earned, and they need to remember that because the way they've handled things so far haven't garnered much trust.
Steve Patterson joins us now from Los Angeles. Steve, students will start returning to campus.
I got to see that again. Hang on. Okay, 7,000 email tips. I'm trying to figure out why Steve's attorney has any weighing in on this business at all. Bear with me.
And email tips, 4,000 phone tips, and 4,500 digital media submissions. The family of one of the slain students, Kaylee Gonzalez, still questioning what truly happened that night and if police are handling the investigation correctly. Their attorney telling NBC News in a text, trust is earned, and they need to remember that because the way they've handled things so far haven't garnered much trust.
Steve Patterson joins us now from Los Angeles. Steve, students will start returning to campus as classes begin again next week. What is being done there to help them feel safe?
Yeah, Jake, the University of Idaho says it is adding additional personnel to their security team while also working with law enforcement to maintain a heightened presence on campus, enhancing neighborhood patrols close to campus, all so students feel safe when they return. Jake?
Okay, he just put his 2 cents in. It wasn't about the professor's case. But anyway, I think it's pretty hilarious that they made such a big deal that she is not just cleared, she was never on their radar. She is not a suspect, never has been, never was. So that's only going to help her lawsuit. I'm really surprised this person's account is still up. I know there was another case with a YouTuber that just would not stop. And throughout the course of the lawsuit, YouTube just took their whole account down. Just took it down. Country Girl's Life said she wasn't even in the state at the time. Well, the tarot cards said she was, Country Girl's Life. The tarot cards said she was. Her stack of cards said that she did it. That's how insane this is. Insane. Absolutely insane. All right, I got to write this down so I don't forget. Big news today. I'm going to put Ethan's brother's text back up. They don't and won't. The families want a conviction, not an arrest. The police and FBI are not here to please curious minds. They're building a case to make sure whoever did this is convicted and the families get some sort of closure if at all possible. I so badly wish I could just come on here and blurt out everything I know, that the public wants to hear, but because I respect my family and Ethan, I will hold on to it till the time is right. So 1 o'clock Idaho time. We will stream it on this channel. You know my love-hate relationship with press conferences. Anybody know where it's going to be aired? Is it going to be on News Nation or Moscow? They have their own YouTube channel. If anybody knows, let me know. That's always very helpful, for sure. Okay, yesterday, a few of you pointed out to me that there's some sort of discrepancy, is what I'm going to say, about Kaylee's LinkedIn account. Now, mind you, Kaylee has Facebook, Kaylee has Instagram, Kaylee has Twitter, Kaylee has that VCSO, Kaylee has Venmo. I know that's not social media, but they use it like it's social media. Kaylee has Snapchat. There's like 10 or 11, 12 platforms that Kaylee has. Now, this is what was brought up to me, that Olivia, she also has TikTok. Kaylee has TikTok. Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia, spoke with Kaylee's sister, Olivia. Olivia with an A, not Olivia with an O. She said November 13th, which, by the way, was the day of the murders, she checked Kaylee's LinkedIn and it showed it was active. Now, I'm no tech guru, I'm no tech genius, but I think that just means it was still logged into it. I don't know, I could be wrong. I haven't looked at my LinkedIn in forever, so I don't know. And then she saw that it had been taken down. Maybe Olivia deactivated it. Maybe she was in such a panic going through things, maybe she did it. It's not out of the realm of possibility. She's been running 90-0 for way over a month because she was actively going through all of Kaylee's stuff. We know this. She's the one that went through her call log and found out that she was calling Jack. How she knew Madison was calling him, I don't know. Unless Jack told her. I don't know. She's the one that discovered that. She mentioned an Uber, but like I said, the police said that they didn't take an Uber home. They had a private party. She brought up Ring cameras, but Kaylee's phone wouldn't have been connected to any Ring cameras from the neighbors, if you know what I mean. But she did mention Ring cameras. I've never seen any Ring footage. I've seen like CCTV, well, as we know from the corner club, walking down the street, some body cam. That's pretty much it. But she mentioned that. But she was going through her phone finding things. She could have easily have done it and not even realize that she did. She sent an email to Moscow police, and they said it would be illegal for them to take it down. I don't know what all that's about. I don't know what all that stuff's about. But she came across this the day of the murder. The police wouldn't have had any time to start going through all the kids' social media. They were just processing what was going on at the house with 4 murdered college students. They hadn't even had time to start getting into LinkedIns and shit like that. Then they said maybe the company that she listed on there, maybe they had been harassed so much that they took it down. This isn't even 24 hours. I really think that she could have been digging around in stuff so much that she could have taken it down and just not realized it. It doesn't make any sense. The police said they didn't do it, and they were flat out accused of taking it down. They said, we didn't take it down. Then someone said, oh, I bet the FBI did. Why would the FBI care about her LinkedIn? Why would they care about it? Nobody was harassing that company. They hadn't even had a chance to get into anything by the time it was taken down. Crazy story, heartbreaking story, actually. Out of Florida, Argelio Pupo and Morgan Keene. Morgan, I'm not going to go into the whole story because it is absolutely disgusting and it's horrific. The DA in Orange County, Florida, I believe I'm saying that right, sent a letter to Facebook to take down their social medias, meaning Facebook. Facebook didn't take them down. They left them up. So why would the police, not even a few hours into this case, start messing with one victim's LinkedIn? Why would the FBI, who hadn't even been called yet, or they get called later in the afternoon, why would they mess around with one victim's LinkedIn? Like I said, they have Instagram, they have Facebook, even though that's a dinosaur to these people. Snapchat, Twitter, freaking LinkedIn. That doesn't make any sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Let's look at the Inside Edition clip where Olivia is talking about in all the stuff she's been going through doing her own investigation. This is from several weeks ago.
Of 4 college kids.
How do you kill 4 people with a knife?
We're learning about another strange detail in this case.
My most immediate question is, where's the suspect?
Dozens of websites and postings from armchair detectives are springing up, and some of the best known lawyers and detectives are offering their own theories about what may have happened.
Interesting how 4 students can be overcome by one person with a knife, not a gun.
Olivia Gonzalez isn't waiting for police. She's tracking down her own leads to find her sister Kaylee's killer.
We're not getting any answers, and we're not going to settle for that. Hi.
It was Olivia who found the potentially crucial video of her sister and Madison Mogan at a food truck just hours before they were murdered. She also tracked down their Uber driver.
I found neighbors' Ring and camera footage so that I can verify that the Uber driver took her home.
She's also raising questions about why her sister called a young man named Jack multiple times the night she was slain.
At 2:26 a.m., Kaylee starts to call Jack. Kaylee calls Jack 6 times between 2:26 a.m. to...
Why did Olivia think it was weird for Kaylee to call Jack at 2:26 a.m.? Why didn't she just ask Jack herself? They've been defending Jack to the brim, to the nines. Yeah, there's a difference between Olivia with an A and Olivia with an O. We're only talking about Kaylee's sister from here on out. Why did she not say to Inside Edition she called her ex-boyfriend Jack at 2:26 a.m.? They've been defending Jack. Why not just clear that up from the beginning? Because when we first heard this clip of all the stuff she was digging through, we're like, Jack had already been pretty much written off by the police, though. I don't know why she didn't say something. Listen to it again. Listen to the reporter. The reporter said she's trying to figure out why she was calling. Ask Jack's ass. You know him. He was going to be your brother-in-law.
Times the night she was slain.
At 2:20, I found neighbors' Ring and camera footage so that I can verify that the Uber driver took her home.
She's also raising questions about why her sister called a young man named Jack multiple.
A young man named Jack is her ex-boyfriend. Any of us can figure out why she would be calling her boyfriend after a night of drinking at 2:26 in the morning, particularly when he was at the corner club. They have a dog together. She's visiting for the weekend with the dog, and her best friend had just told his roommate everything.
Times the night she was slain.
At 2:26 a.m., Kaylee starts to call Jack. Kaylee calls Jack 6 times between 2:26 a.m. to 2:44 a.m.
Gosh, I give you a lot of credit. You're almost like a detective here, putting all the pieces together.
Okay, so right there. We don't need tarot cards to figure that out. When she was talking to Inside Edition, she should have said, and then I saw that she was trying to call her ex-boyfriend Jack. But the reporter's like, she's trying to figure out this young man named Jack. Young man, my ass, because a week later, he is a young man, but you know what I'm saying. A week later, her mom is on News Nation saying they're wasting their time talking to Jack. We 2,000% stand behind him. 2,000%, she said. It's a waste of time to talk to him. She said also, Olivia says in this clip, she's the one that was finding all the Ring cameras. Where are they? Are you telling me that you were going door to door and these neighbors were showing you the video? I have never seen one. Have you guys? I haven't seen them. So I don't know what the hell's going on. So then she tells another YouTuber that the LinkedIn, she showed it to be active on November 13th. I don't know why she went and checked her LinkedIn the day of her sister's murder. I have no idea. I couldn't imagine. I know everybody grieves differently, and I understand that. I do. I don't understand. I couldn't imagine somebody in my family being stabbed to death in their sleep, and I'm going to check their LinkedIn. I wouldn't even think about it. It wouldn't even occur to me. But she checked her LinkedIn, and then she noticed within 24 hours, it was totally gone. She emailed the police, who emailed her back and said that would be illegal for them to do. I don't know what the hell they're talking about there. You know, that's a mouthful. That'd be illegal for us to touch her LinkedIn. Then they said, well, maybe the FBI did it. Why just Kaylee's LinkedIn? I don't think there's anything there. I really think that Olivia she had access to her sister's stuff, her sister's account. I think she honestly I think she accidentally deleted it. It's basically an online resume. It's an online resume is what it is. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense to me. None. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not saying that anyone's up to something. I'm not saying anybody's being shady. I think it can just be that simple. And there's this, Snow. There's many cases where they need access to a victim and a suspect's social media. And sometimes it takes quite a while to get those warrants signed. So as far as this LinkedIn just going away, I don't know. But there's no police corruption or cover up on the other end. Because let's not forget, please. I know you guys are all cool, but some people aren't. There's 4 victims. There's 4 victims. There's 4 people that were murdered that night, and all 4 of them have social media. Why is all the weird stuff just happening around one? And all the people that are connected to that one, the police are saying are not of an interest to them. I think we're looking in the wrong direction. That's just me, though. That's just my opinion. So I did have a couple of emails, and I saw a few comments saying that the pictures from the corner club of Jack are photoshopped. I'm not a Photoshop expert, but I'm going to look at them again with you guys because It looks like him to me. It looks like him. Someone did point out to me, they said, no, the shadows match. The shadows here match. They said, if you look at the shadow behind Maddie, it matches. So this is not photoshopped. Does anybody know anything about Photoshop? I don't know anything about it. I don't Photoshop. JC said it doesn't look Photoshopped to me at all. Replay said it's definitely him. Tarnia says the date has been tampered with. Well, they're wearing the same clothes that they were wearing at the food truck. How do we know that the date's been tampered with? Shannon said, no, it has not been. It's not Photoshop. Let's just take a poll. Do you believe that this picture, somebody has transposed Jack D's face onto somebody else's body? Because Maddie and Kaylee are clearly talking to a human being on a bar stool. You be the judge. Sunshine said no. Deb said no. Leave it to Jamie Lunas to say, so he was at the bar. What's the point? Thank you, Jamie. You never let me down. No. Like I said, I don't know anything about Photoshop. All I know is that's Maddie. That's Kaylee. They've got the same clothes on that they had on walking down the street and at the food truck. Christina says, Brooks, where'd the picture come from? The CCTV at the corner club. Beck B said, and what was the story of Jack D? I thought they said he wasn't in town. I heard early on, too, that he wasn't in town. I just wonder if it's truly him at the corner club talking to them. Did he tell Steve? Did he tell the Goncalves family that he saw Kaylee at the bar a few hours before she was murdered? We heard Olivia on Inside Edition. They said a young man named Jack, they're trying to figure out why she was calling him at 2:26 a.m. They didn't say Kaylee was calling her ex-boyfriend at 2:30 in the morning, did they? Because we could all put that together. We've all called an ex at 2:30 in the morning. We all think after we've been drinking, somebody wants to get out of bed and talk to us. That would not have been a big deal. But we're like, who is this? What are they talking about? But she discovered that. Did he tell them? This is what she left me a voicemail. She sent me a text. I wonder if any of that was discussed. Kath said, no, Jake was out of town. Which Jake, Kath? Tarnia said, have the MSM followed up with the photo? I don't think they've done any investigation that I've seen, but I saw the photo was put on Inside Edition. But they didn't mention Jack being there. I don't think that they're going to do that. I don't think that they're going to put Jack at the corner club with her. JC said, it's not photoshopped. You can easily see there's no noise in the picture. Olivia also came out and said it was legit. Well, if Olivia said it was legit, we have nothing else to discuss here, correct? You get me? What does it mean there's no noise in the picture? All right, I'm just looking for your opinion because I don't Photoshop. I don't know anything about it. I do know Olivia said the picture is legit, but she doesn't know who that gentleman is. That's all Olivia said, that the photo is legit, but they don't know who the dude is. Well, I can help you out because somebody sent this to me and they put a pic of Jack D on the left and the picture of the guy at the bar on the right, and they look pretty damn similar. They even have the same hat on. Hold on. What is this? Oh, praying. Okay, I thought you said something was. Anyhow, that's the word on the streets, you know, guys. And I come to you and we talk about it. Alice said, questions coming up about difference in digits on time and date stamp. Exactly. I don't know anything about that. I don't Photoshop. I don't know about this stuff. I don't know. I mean, the time and date looked legit to me. Oh, and by the way, thank you very, 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 very much for the super sticker. Tanya said, Fox tried to find the source, but no one knows who released it. Did the chief have any response to it? He has been debunking rumors if it's fake. Well, if it's fake, I would think the chief would come out and say this isn't real. They've debunked other rumors. They started doing that a couple of days after the first press conference, which I would call a big flop, but they did. They started doing that big time. Big time. Anyhow, just some food for thought. Just some food for thought. Hello, Emma. Emma just came in. Emma's got the clinking champagne glasses. So if it's a bunch of BS, I would think they would come out and debunk it and say, don't worry about it. Or like Jamie Lunas said, so he was at the bar. What's the big deal? Crazy stuff. Now we get up to the GoFundMe. This was not a very popular thing for me to bring up the other day, but that's okay. That's okay. We do our own thing over here. A lot of people thought that it was very, very rude of me to bring up the GoFundMe, which was put together, speak of the devil, by Jack's aunt, where she said she thought it would be great if 170 people would throw in $100 at Christmas time with the highest inflation ever to pay off the Range Rover. Because Steve and Christy were on their way to Spokane with the final paperwork, which I'm going to assume is the death certificate. They do require a original. And on the way en route, they said that was a big piece of Kaylee and they wanted to keep it. Well, what I said was, well, then they can keep the damn payment. They can absolutely return the car. They can absolutely return the car. But they had a conversation, a heart-to-heart, on the way back to give the final paperwork over, as we talked about in the last show about the massacre in Idaho. And they just said it was the happiest day of Kaylee's life thus far when she came home with the Range Rover. Between her hard work and help from family, she had gotten together $7,500 to put down on it. That's a big chunk to put on a car, not going to lie. And she had gotten it a week before she was murdered. She was there that weekend to show off the car. So, I mean, the payment's due. The first payment is due now. The first payment's due. And like I said, a few people said that it just wasn't cool for me to bring it up. Well, I don't see any reason to not bring it up. It's a public forum. GoFundMe is. We're talking about a case that we're talking about on this channel. And that they want money to pay off this Range Rover because Steve and Christy don't have the heart to turn it in. Wouldn't it be a nice gift, she said, if we just paid it off? All right, anyhow. Came out yesterday. This is from the attorney, who, by the way, is being paid for by another fundraising public site. It says, we just became aware of it. It appears it was a family friend with good intentions. That being said, we contacted the person hosting it and we had it taken down and all donations returned. So here's the question that was posed to me in Discord, in the Facebook group, couple of comments, after show comments, couple of emails. They said, do you really think that the family didn't know? Do you think that they really didn't know about this? Well, I mean, you guys be the judge. Do you think that Steve had no idea about this GoFundMe that was put up to pay off the Range Rover? And it's opinion only because we don't know. Steve's not on here. Now, there's a GoFundMe that was already up to almost $70,000. There's a Give, Send, Go that was put together for the attorney's fees. So do you think that they honestly didn't know about this until yesterday? Phantasmic said, I think he didn't know. Teresa said, I don't think he did. JC doesn't think he knew. Big T thinks he will. He knew. So anyway, if you look at the second paragraph of the GoFundMe, I got to look at it on my phone because it's too blurry on the screen and it could just be the wording. Hang on, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's a picture of my cat. I don't need that on here. All right, so the first paragraph is where she's talking about how Steve and Christy were driving to Spokane with the final paperwork to negate the deal, is what she said. Well, there's no deal to negate. You're just turning the damn car over saying we're not going to pay for it. And they decided that this was such an important part of Kaylee's life that they want to hang on to it. All right, so the second paragraph says, thankfully, the goal for their legal fund has almost been reached. Through the overwhelming support they have received nationwide. I proposed this idea sort of as a Christmas gift to the parents, if the goal could be reached by Sunday. Now, earlier in this, it said if it could be reached by Thursday. If the goal could be reached by Sunday, what a surprise that would be for the family. I figure anything that would bring a little light to their life right now is worth trying. The family will not be celebrating Christmas this year, as I'm sure most of you with children can understand. It's just not possible to celebrate anything at this time. Okay, I missed a part. Hang on. Oh, here we go. I proposed this idea sort of as a Christmas gift to the parents. So she proposed it to the parents so they knew. Let me read that again. I proposed this idea sort of as a Christmas gift to the parents, period. It sounds to me that she talked to them. Now, they say it's just a family friend that's well-meaning. What the hell is that? And I get that. Crime Story Obsessed says the parents knew. Country Girl, I see you backstage, but it says your devices are not connected. Let's go back to what he says. We just became aware of it. It appears it was a family friend with good intentions. That being said, we contacted the person hosting it and had it taken down and all donations returned. Okay, so there's the original GoFundMe. Paragraph 2, she says she proposed it to the parents as sort of a Christmas gift. Then goes into how they can't bear to celebrate Christmas and how the Range Rover in paragraph 1 was such a part of Kaylee that they couldn't bear to turn it in as they were on their way to Spokane to turn it in. So they must have known. All right, so let's go to this because they already know that this woman is fundraising on behalf of them. Kaylee Goncalves murder case. Campaign created by Brooke Miller. Brooke with an E, not Brooks with an S. The funds from this campaign will be received by Steve. So they already know because they've been utilizing this fund on the screen. They already know that she's raising money on their behalf. I mean, right here, campaign created by Brooke. The funds from this campaign will be received by Steve. The goal is $20,000. So far, they've raised almost $18,000. Well, I mean, so would it be out? Would they honestly be surprised that she has another fund for them? I cannot wait until you realize you're wrong, Brooks, later today. Wrong about what? I'm having a conversation here. I don't know these people. What am I wrong about? KM, what am I wrong about? Is the news conference about the GoFundMe? I certainly hope not. Hold on. The local news is reporting an arrest. Let me look. Hang on. What news site? I see Moscow police to give update on Idaho murders at press conference. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Hang on. Look on the screen. Suspect in killings of 4 University of Idaho students arrested in Pennsylvania. Wow. Let's see what it says. A 25-year-old man has been arrested in Pennsylvania in connection with the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students whose bodies were found in a rental home near campus. It marks the first major break in a case that has both captivated and mystified the globe. I'd say this is more than a break. The sources said the man was apprehended in the Scranton area Friday morning. Authorities are expected to hold a news conference later Friday. Who is he? Few details have been released publicly in the gruesome November 13th slayings of 21-year-old Madison Mogan and Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. Well, they've made an arrest, guys. Holy crap. Wow. Wow. What do you mean, glad I listened? The chat is only going so fast. I'm doing a show and trying. I've got one thing on the screen I'm reading to you guys. Then I glance over and I see something. It just happened to stand out at me. I wasn't ignoring anybody. Just me said, where's Jeremy? Don't start that. I'm already in enough trouble up here. This is huge. KM, would you tell me what you're talking about? You said usually I'm a fan, but you're wrong. What am I wrong about? What did I say? For real, what the hell are you talking about? I'm allowed to ask a question up here, and half the time I say take a poll. Let me see if we can. It'd be awesome if they would release a name, but I have a feeling they're not going to. Can't even type. Nothing else. Just that they're going to have a press conference. And you know, I can't wait for that. Everything up here right now is just, it's just announcing the press conference. I only have one article right now where it says they've actually made an arrest. Not that I'm saying that NBC News is wrong. But whoa, this is big. Nicey said, remember, law enforcement said they have access to state. Well, the FBI certainly does. The FBI certainly does. So it goes back to what we said the very first show. This could honestly just be some random sicko. How the hell this is crazy. This is crazy. Rexy said, I've got anxiety now. I do too. I do too. Why? Of course, we don't know who it is. Fox says it's a college student, so we don't know who it is. But I have a feeling they went home for Thanksgiving and didn't come back to class, if you know what I mean. If it's just a random sicko, why that house and why 4 people? If it's a college student like Fox is reporting, then I'm just taking a guess here that it's somebody that went home for Thanksgiving and didn't return. I don't know. I don't know. This is pretty wild. Stillwater said, I would poop a golden brick if Jim Terry was right and it ended up being an illegal. He did make that prediction on here. He did make that prediction. Brian, you've said 25 years old 3 times in a row. We know he's 25, but he can still be a college student. Heather said 25 years old. He has nothing to do with that college at all. You can still be in college at 25. You don't have to be 18 to 21. This is crazy. Let me see if I can find anything else. All I have is that one article, which is still on the screen. Would a 25-year-old still be attending college? I mean, yeah, some people don't start till 22. There's people that are 40 years old that are still in college, guys. Rexy said there's graduate school, there's people in law school, there's people that are just love to be in school, PhD, grad students. A lot of people are bringing up this Hannah Cleary's brother. I'm not starting that rumor. I'm just reading a comment. Leave it to YouTube to not have anything up. Police reveal new info about white car. That doesn't help me. Police. Well, YouTube is a day late, dollar short. It'd be nice to have a link, but I mean, I don't think that they're going to give us any information until the press conference. I have a feeling I'm not. Yes, Natasha, I see you, hun. You can turn your camera off. I have a feeling, just a feeling, that they're not going to release the name until the press conference. Let's see what Sweet Tea has to say. Hey, Sweet Tea, what's up?
Hey, Ladybug. Hey. So, as soon as I seen you was on, I sent you all that information last, all those files on the other case. But whenever you got on, something just told me to check the 4chan because I kind of sort of got lost there right before Christmas. And I guess it's a good thing or whatever because everything they have been building up to is just what I sent you in that article. So, over there in 4chan, I mean, if you can navigate 4chan and understand 4chan, you can solve it pretty much. And
did 4chan say they made an arrest in Pennsylvania? Do they happen to have a name? You can put it in private chat.
I'll have to look on there and see, but I'm pretty sure there is one. I'm pretty sure. Hold on a second, and I will go look and see.
I mean, don't blurt it out here because I'm really.
I won't.
I'm not in the business of getting sued like that lady with the tarot cards.
Exactly. But I knew that you would want that info. You know, we were following this case, and I got lost in the Chanland is what I call it. So I'm looking
It's
right
like
now
it's like Reddit on steroids.
It's an incel Reddit is how I feel. There's a lot of people posting their boobies and buttocks and they'll put on their boobs for tips or something like that, just to get the clues or whatever, because them people over in 4chan, they are really smart. I mean, they're really smart.
Bowling with Cotton Balls, which I absolutely think that's a hilarious name, says, what county did he appear in? The article that I just read said he was arrested around Scranton. Mama Bear said he's not a minor, not sure, where they won't say his name. I think they're going to wait for the press conference.
Yeah,
I think they're
waiting for it does say on here, and I can say this, it says Ethan's brother seems to think today is a big deal. Also, rumors a suspect has been arrested in Pennsylvania, and I put in the chat the 2 people who's been arrested already for Grand Auto. So there's quite a bit of stuff going on right now. So I'm trying to find the name right now, but I don't know if they're going to put it out. I mean, it's pretty heated. It says here, I wonder if the other rumor of there being 2 arrests are true as well. What were the last time JDJS was seen in public? They most likely had the perp since Monday or some. That's what happened in Delphi case. They made arrest on Monday and announced it on a Friday, as I remember. And I don't find it a coincidence at all. They're doing the cleaning on the house today as well.
Oh, 100%. Between what Ethan's brother said yesterday, and they've got a cleaning crew today. Look at Star Magazine. Star Magazine came out on Monday. And I said, how did they make such a typo like this? This was not supposed to come out on Monday. This was supposed to come out next Monday. And it says, how killer was found after 49 days. Families demanded to know motive. He didn't act alone. Finally solved. Why did this come out? And now we hear today there's an arrest. Unless they were just saving this headline. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a picture of something I just seen on here. Let's see here.
I won't be able to get it because I'm on here right now. I'll have to look at it later.
All right. Well, I'll send it to your thing, though. But what did you think of all the files you got on the other case last night?
Oh, I haven't even had time to open it.
It's all Waterman. I finally got access to my
I don't want to confuse anybody. I'm not trying to be rude, but that's a totally different case, and I'd have to start from the beginning because people, as they come in, they won't know what we're talking about.
Right.
Misty says have to be at least 2 people. I see his name.
There's going more. I promise you.
I see his name. The name Jason Elkins is being passed around. I can't find the dude. Where is he? NBC New York is giving his name. Woo-wee. Where could he be? Alibi said, yes, they did arrest 2 people. Really? Because what I have on the screen, and not the Star Magazine thing, I have from NBC New York that they've made an arrest. A 25-year-old man has been arrested in Pennsylvania in connection with the stabbing deaths a Ford University. And then Fox says he's a college student. Brian Enton posted the names. So let me go over to Twitter. Did he put them on Twitter? Josh Benson said, college student in custody and murders of 4 Idaho students, according to law enforcement sources. That's WFLA. Let's see what Brian Enton is saying. Moscow, Idaho police will be holding a press conference. Okay, that was 20 hours ago. Where is Brian saying that he has 2 names? Because I'm on his Twitter right now. Usually he's all over that Twitter thing. So according to NBC, it's a 25-year-old man, college, and Fox says it's a college student. I don't know. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Found his Facebook. His cover photo says it was fun while it lasted. Oh. Well, let me look at Facebook real quick, JC. That looks like an older person. Okie doke. Let's put this up. There he is. I'm wondering too, is it in connection? It's on the screen. It's on the screen, guys. Jason David Elkins. This says age 22. Arrest date Friday, December 30th. But it doesn't say. It doesn't say what he was arrested for. This is just something someone sent me from VineLink. He's from Meridian, Idaho. Jason Elkins. I still wonder if it's, I mean, one person, this just hasn't been clipped down. I shouldn't have put this up like this. Thank you, Nani. Now I wonder if/when they'll release the 911 call, because I still want to hear it. I want to hear it too. Elaine said he has a Facebook. Instakarma says Twitter. Let me check Twitter again. I can't zoom in because I'm on StreamYard. This doesn't say for theft. So he stole the white car? Hell, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is a lot to go through. Hang on, Lisa said check your email. Okay. That's what I just had up. So if there's 2 arrests, where's the other person, I wonder? There's a better picture. Thank you, Lisa. Meridian City Police Department, but they said he was arrested in Pennsylvania. I don't know what the hell's going on. Jason David Elkins. Okay, now I see the theft charge. I'm sorry. Take that down so I can see. Then it says statute, type, criminal charge. Grand theft is the charge. NBC said they were looking for someone that's 25. I don't know what the hell's going on. This guy is in jail for theft from Meridian, Idaho. Unless he took the white car to Pennsylvania. Replay crew said on ABC News. It's on NBC News too. Let me look. News. ABC doesn't have a name. ABC just says 25-year-old man arrested in Pennsylvania. Sources say a 25-year-old man was arrested Friday morning in Pennsylvania's Pocono Mountains in connection with the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. Sources say the authorities knew who they were looking for and had tracked the man down to Pennsylvania. A SWAT team entered the location where he was staying in order to take him into custody Friday. The suspect appeared before a judge Friday morning. Oh, shit. He's already seen the judge? Police officers, members of Idaho State Police, city leaders, and University of Idaho officials will hold a press conference at 1 p.m. local time Friday. Shit, he's already seen the judge. It's been over 6 weeks since roommates Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan were all stabbed to death in the girls' off-campus house in the early hours of November 13th. The police have been urging the public to come forward with information. It's been weeks since police and city officials have gathered for a news conference. This is big. Looks like they woke him up and not with a nice cup of coffee. Cheesecake Mafia said, I don't think it's either of those names. Probably not. That's what I get for putting stuff up before I check it out. Bowling, let me put the article up. Hang on. Idaho murders. 25-year-old man arrested in Pennsylvania. 25-year-old man was arrested Friday morning in Pennsylvania's Pocono Mountains. Doesn't say the county. Well, they're going to be bringing his ass back to Idaho. Yeah, Julie, I'm not doubting Brian Enton. He's the one that put that name out, and I put it up there. So I don't know. I don't know. A ghost says a lot of people owe the police an apology for calling them dumbasses and incompetent feet draggers. Yep, they've been building a case this whole time. This whole time. I think this is one of the only channels that backs the police. We may say quite a bit, I don't know what they're doing. We may say that quite a bit. But I don't do that other shit. What did Alibi say? I wonder why they're also posting about the 22-year-old and the 23-year-old. I don't know. All I know is a 25-year-old. This is crazy. This is crazy. Well, you guys set your reminder because we're going to cover the press conference on here. I think it'll be 3 o'clock my time. What time is it in Moscow, Idaho right now? Let me look at that so I can tell you. Not Russia. So it's 8. They're 2 hours behind me. They're 2 hours behind me. So we'll be back here, you guys. Hit the remind all, or just make yourself a little note. Make yourself a little note, because I'll be back here. I'll start about 30 minutes early, and we will go through the press conference together. Sound like a plan? Sound like a plan? Natalie, well said. What did Natalie say? Hang on. Natalie, I'm missing Natalie's comments. Someone said, Natalie, well said. I missed it. I apologize. I missed it. All right, guys, set your reminder, and I will be back here in a few hours, and we're going to go through this press conference together and find out who this scumbucket is. We're all going to find out together because there's names floating around everywhere. The internet is about to blow up. Old Jack D, food guy, food truck guy, Einan, our good buddy Jeremy, the roommates, they can all take a nap. They can all take a nap. Because there is an arrest. So I'll see you guys back here. Like I said, it's 10:30 right now. In a few hours. In a few hours. So like I said, set your remind all, and I'll see you back here in a few hours. You guys are the absolute best. Thanks for hanging in there and going through all that with me. I know it was a little stressful, and our anxiety's in our ears now. And it's going to be that way all afternoon until we hear this press conference. So bear with me. We'll get through it. See you back here in a little bit.